So, this is one of those situations. This is just so fishy to me. This is so fishy. I'm so fished out by this. And don't get me wrong, I would love this to be real. And I'm not saying that it's not real. I'm just confused as to why it is the way it is. And let me explain. For those of you who do not know, there is a trailer going around called S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Noises of the Zone. And it is apparently a remake of S.T.A.L.K.E.R. in Crysis, the in CryEngine. That is apparently what it is. That's what I've been told that it is. Anyways, that's what I've seen. Maybe there's some misinformation flying around. There has to be, because what I've watched of this just makes very little sense to me. And let me just explain why. Because there are some things that you don't even have to be a game developer to see and then be like, well, that's weird. Why would that be that way? And let's just take a look at what's here. So here is apparently gameplay from S.T.A.L.K.E.R. From this new S.T.A.L.K.E.R. fan-made game. Okay, so it looks pretty cool, right? I mean, it looks cool enough. The thing that I'm confused about is how they made it. I'm really confused as to why, if you were going to make a S.T.A.L.K.E.R. remake game, for instance, look at this. Look at this boat. Now, I can't see all angles from it, but from what I can see, this boat, this little destroyed boat, is literally the exact same boat that's in the original S.T.A.L.K.E.R. So it's the exact same. In fact, I can't tell entirely, but from what I can see, it seems like there's a lot of things that are literally just taken that are seemingly like they're direct from S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Like they literally just took S.T.A.L.K.E.R. assets and they plopped it into CryEngine. But the thing is that I feel like that shouldn't be possible because they're completely different games running on completely different engines. Unless I'm crazy. Unless S.T.A.L.K.E.R. has somehow been running on some old version of CryEngine this entire time and I just didn't think of it. But the thing is that as far as I can tell, there are a lot of assets that seem to be ripped directly from S.T.A.L.K.E.R. This boat. I very much doubt that they custom made this boat. And if they did custom make this boat, there is no reason that they would custom make a boat, something that like the image, like the branding image of this boat, like the idea of it is not incredibly crucial to S.T.A.L.K.E.R. The branding image of S.T.A.L.K.E.R. is like post-apocalyptic, zone, radioactive wasteland, and crazy stuff. It doesn't matter if you have exactly the same boat. So, and this is actually a theme I see a lot when I actually look at games, and I feel like there's something fishy. When you have something like this, when you have like a fan-made project, and you have a model like this, or you have all of these assets. All of these assets, if they are literally exactly the same as another asset, but they're in a new engine, that means one of two things. That means they have either taken that from somewhere else and they didn't make it, which in this case would be fine because it's a fan-made project, or they have completely recreated it from scratch, detail for detail, to be exactly like the original. But for something like a boat, there'd be no reason to do that. The amount, like, you would just make a new boat that would be slightly, like, statistically, no one does that. No one takes tiny little details and makes them literally exactly the same. There's no motivation. There's no real reason to do that. It doesn't make any sense. So what I'm confused about is if this is real, if they're really literally remaking S.T.A.L.K.E.R in CryEngine, how the hell did they get all the assets out of S.T.A.L.K.E.R to put it into CryEngine? Like, how did you do that? Is S.T.A.L.K.E.R really that open where you can just like rip models and like import them into Blender and then like re-export them for like CryEngine to be compatible with CryEngine? Is that actually? Because I can tell you right now, if you wanted to do that for something like Battlefield 1 or even Operation Flashpoint Dragon Rising, good luck. Never gonna happen in your lifetime. And even further, if they did do that, if they did rip assets out of S.T.A.L.K.E.R and then imported that into CryEngine, that's also incredibly, like, illegal. Like, they would... The cease and desist is strong with this one. But that's just what I'm really confused about. So there's two possible explanations for what this is. The first possible explanation is that it's real, that somehow they were able to get access to the S.T.A.L.K.E.R assets, because I do not think they made all of these assets from scratch. Honestly, I don't even think they're trying to say that they did. I mean, it's very obviously, it's very openly saying that it's S.T.A.L.K.E.R. So what this could be is that it's telling the truth. It actually is S.T.A.L.K.E.R in CryEngine, and they were somehow able to like rip everything out and like remake the UI and re-import all the UI elements and all of that stuff into CryEngine. Which there's a couple things that's weird to me about that. The first thing is, why CryEngine? Why would you do that with like, why not Unreal Engine 4? Like a CryEngine would... I've never been a big fan of CryEngine. It's loads of performance issues. It's pretty and all, but at a loss of many features and much stability that make it just not a good candidate to make that move. Or the other theory that I've actually heard floating around, which it would be hard to see that being the truth either, is that this is actually S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Like, this is actually S.T.A.L.K.E.R. modded to look like CryEngine. Which is also weird. That also doesn't make much sense to me. Why somebody would do that? And it does, like, there's some elements of this that actually look like CryEngine. I don't know, just... See, look at this. Like, this model is, like, ripped from S.T.A.L.K.E.R. somehow. Like, they literally ripped the models from S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Is that possible? Does S.T.A.L.K.E.R. literally have their engine be that open where you can actually do that? If so, that's impressive. I mean, well, not impressive. I don't know what it is. Bad security for your game. And also really illegal. There's no way that this could be, like, it says new open world game, like hinting that it's coming out, but like if this really is ripped S.T.A.L.K.E.R assets imported into CryEngine, then you release that for paid or free or whatever, like, you're gonna get fucking cease and desisted so fucking hard. See, like, this is literally... It's the model ripped, and then also the characters ripped, and then they obviously put the characters in here themselves. Like, they didn't actually rip the character positions. I think they did all this manually. Now, they must have gotten the animations from S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Can you actually rip the animations, too? Like, they would not recreate one-for-one the animations. That would be... such a huge waste of time. And then, like, why fucking CryEngine, goddammit? Like, of all the least user-friendly engines to choose from. Huh. Oh, yeah, that was the brain thing. Huh. Achieved with... Wait. Facebook.com achieved with CryEngine? What? Why did it just demo that? What the fuck? Hold up. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. I'm gonna check this out. No, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. Achieved with CryEngine. Isn't that like an official page? No, it's not. Okay, it's not an official page. This is not an official page. Okay, so that makes this even weirder. Why would you make a page called Achieved with CryEngine in order to promote Noises of the Zone? Why not just make a page called Noises of the Zone? This is so fishy. This is so weird. Do you even have a YouTube channel called Achieve with CryEngine? What are you doing? Now you're gonna get, like, sued by CryEngine. Like, there's no way this is an official page. This is so weird. Everything about this makes me really fucking confused. Okay, I'm assuming this is just some of the footage that we just watched. S.T.A.L.K.E.R CryEngine 2. This is CryEngine? Actually, holy shit, I think this is CryEngine. The only reason I think this is CryEngine is because I fucking recognize, like, the shitty blur effects and, like, the shitty fucking grass anti-aliasing. Is this like a thing? Did, like, the S.T.A.L.K.E.R devs fuck up and make all of their shit open and now everybody's ripping all their work? Because I almost swear I've seen Gary's mod S.T.A.L.K.E.R modifications that looked like they were using assets ripped from S.T.A.L.K.E.R. But I didn't even, like, think about it. I didn't even think about, like, where they got it from. I didn't think about them actually getting it from S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Like, but now that I think about it, they were, like, eerily similar. No. And why CryEngine? Why is S.T.A.L.K.E.R apparently so compatible with CryEngine that nobody's tried this on UE4? Why is nobody... Hold up, I'm gonna... S.T.A.L.K.E.R Unreal Engine 4. Does any of this, like, use S.T.A.L.K.E.R assets? I can't tell if these are ripped from S.T.A.L.K.E.R or not. They don't look like they are. This looks like it might be, like, from Call of Pripyat? I don't know. It looks like it might be more like just inspired by it. Open World Demo Connect Collection. See, this also just looks inspired. Like, this is just inspired by S.T.A.L.K.E.R. This isn't actually assets ripped from S.T.A.L.K.E.R. See, that's the funny thing. Like, if you look at like an Mi-8 or whatever model helicopter this is, like, obviously there's loads of Mi-8 models online that you could either get or have access to or something that you could make like a scene like this from and just say it's S.T.A.L.K.E.R. But there's a difference between using like inspired stuff and using stuff that looks like it was literally from S.T.A.L.K.E.R., like made by the S.T.A.L.K.E.R. devs, not stuff that's like inspired by the, and that's what like this looks like. This looks like they literally rip stuff out of S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Like when you look at the boats, and the boats are literally the exact same boat. I don't know who you are. You're talking in some commie language, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are literally the boats from S.T.A.L.K.E.R. So, I don't know. This is really strange. Noises of the Zone. Getting a lot of buzz. Really confused. I don't really know what to expect from this, other than the fact that I'm not a big fan of CryEngine, because I think CryEngine is kind of, honestly, not that great. And I'm also really concerned that if these are assets ripped directly from S.T.A.L.K.E.R., they're going to get a cease and desist if they even release anything even somewhat, like, you know, real or playable. And then on top of that, they're doing all this weird stuff where they're, like, making pages called Achieve with CryEngine that look like they're kind of masquerading as official, like, CryEngine pages to promote their own stuff. Which is so weird. It's just all very weird. This is all very strange. Very strange to me. But yes. Alright, so that's it. Noises of the Zone. When you, or noises, whatever the hell of it, whatever it's called. You're probably gonna hear from it. You're gonna hear about it. Oh yeah, Jesus Christ, look at this. They're fucking people talking about it again. Look at this. Fucking people just have no idea. It's weird. And when you do hear about it, hopefully you'll remember this video and understand that I've looked into it and I'm concerned. I am concerned. Okay, that's it. Just wanted to make this video just to update you on the situation, and for those of you who have been asking me to look at it, if you know anything about it, please let me know. I'm curious. I'm not even like calling this out or saying it's like fake or lame or anything like that. I'm curious to see what the fuck is going on, because this is just not consistent with something that would be a legit release or a legit development like operation project, whatever, because of all these weird shady things that are going on around it. I'm just so confused, and I would like to know more. But if you're somebody that's gonna come to me and say, hey, you should really be excited about Noises of the Zone or whatever the hell this is called, yeah, Noises of the Zone, this is me telling you that I'm not particularly hyped, because I either don't think it's going to come out, or if it does, it's going to get cease and desisted out the ass. But yeah, all right, so that is it. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and I love you. Bye.